brief tell us about your personal background and career history, as well as tell us what do you as exclusive director of Asthma International, and about your accomplishments in the capacity.
Okay. Well, first of all, as you can see, I'm an observant Jew, and my professional background before the involvement in the Asthma organization is that I have a PhD in physics. I worked for about 15, 16 years in industry as a advanced development industrial physicist. I worked for several different organizations, different companies. And by the time that I got to the point in 2006, after going through jobs in several technologies, going through some corporate layoffs because we had some bad times in the economy then. I also did some teaching at the community college and high school level. But I got involved in this organization, Ask Noah, and I really sort of built it up from the ground up. And so I really probably want to focus on that. What is the Asthma organization and what do we do? First of all, we're a United States organization. We are we're chartered for education, and our base is actually in Pennsylvania. I personally moved to Israel with my wife in 2017, but we have a staff in the United States and a lot of excellent volunteer help. And so we're primarily working from my personal home office here in Israel and also our corporate office in the United States. And we're reaching out to people all over the world. The Ask Noah concept came from a very ancient tradition in our Hebrew Bible literature, that there are not only commandments for the Jewish people, but there are also a set of 7 commandments that are for all humanity, and these are actually very logical, very moral principles. That it's well known that if these principles are accepted and followed, it enriches each person's life, and it also contributes to the well-being of the whole society, because the things that relate to how people treat each other, interact with each other, how they relate to the Creator, and also how they relate to the environment and all the creatures around us. So most of my time is spent in speaking about this. I communicate with people all over the world, almost constantly, because many people are finding out about this, seeing the truth in it. They want to ask questions. They need answers. They may need mentoring. They may want to have help in building communities that are built around these principles. So we have our website, asknoah.org. We have a presence on Facebook. We have a YouTube channel, and one of the main things is our publications. We have books that have been written by very great expert rabbis on this subject, in particular Rabbi Moshe Weiner here in Jerusalem, that are recognized as the most authoritative and well-researched explanations of these principles. So we have the books. I'll just show you here. We have the book here, To Perfect the World, which has it's 704 pages. It's quite a lot of reading. Yeah, this is the Divine Code. Excuse me. The other one is this book, which is called To Perfect. This is To Perfect the World. This is a collection of English translations of the many talks and instructions that the Lubavitcher Rebbe of blessed memory gave on this topic, which was stressed very much for him. Another book that we have is called Seven Gates of Righteous Knowledge, which let me just read out the concepts here. We have the gate of knowledge of God, the gate of prophecy from God, the gate of serving God, the gate of prayer to God, and the personal traits that are desired for a person. How do you deal with being tested in your life, and principles of the the rewards in the hereafter that come for the observance of these principles. And we also made the first codification of all of the sources of these principles that are in the rabbinical literature. But the main goal of this is really to come to social action. So we promote acts of goodness and kindness. We have many projects in that area. And also we're concerned about the education that the children are getting in their schools across the board. There's a lot of problems, a lot of stress that the kids are under, especially with some of the tragedies we've had recently going on in the schools. So we are very much supporting and collaborating in the effort for a moment of silence to be established in the public schools at the beginning of the day, a minute of silent reflection, where the kids will be able to get a grip on their emotions when they come into school, think things over, and most especially get advice and input from their parents, because it's very much lacking the bond now, within the family, within the traditional family, between parents and children. And this is a way to get them talking to each other about their core values. Another thing we're involved in is outreach to inmates in prisons. And what we find is that the inmates who learn about this and who start to reflect on these basic values that is so important, and anyone who's going into prison is most likely because they went off track in one of these areas. So there's a very big need for education programs for inmates and to help them with their rehabilitation. So that's another thing that we're active in, because it's a big concern. And another thing is community projects for goodness and kindness, to do charitable projects to help people who are homeless, who are having problems with hunger, problems with loneliness, and so on. There are many people in society that just really need someone to reach out to them in a friendly and helping way. And so this is another area of projects that we are involved in, and it's a lot to accomplish, but that's where our enthusiasm and our motivation are.
Thank you so much, Sarah. All the background yourself as well as your organization. We have another question. What skill or personal qualifications you have been helping, the most getting those things accomplished, as well as the field of your organizations? What problem did you identify to work on that had previous been overlooked?
Okay. Well, a lot of the work for this organization is done by myself, because we really don't have much of a staff. I mean, I have some excellent volunteers. Even my son, Rabbi Joseph Schulman, Yossi Schulman, is our excuse me just a second. He's our assistant director, and he got so involved in this that he actually started his own organization which is called Unite the World. And he's really taking this to a level where he's reaching out very successfully for community projects and online learning programs. So this is something that we definitely collaborate on. As far as the skills that are necessary for this kind of work, well, first of all, we have an open website that anyone can write in, and same thing through Facebook, and ask questions or ask for advice. And this is something that we don't charge for. And the more people that get involved in this, the more questions and personal issues that people will bring in to get advice from from the standpoint of these traditional values. So I'm very much involved in that, and so there needs to be the communication skills and a lot of empathy with people to feel their problems, to understand where they're coming from, to know how to give people answers on their level, whether the person is just hearing about this, maybe from a totally different background, or maybe someone who has been involved with this and studying it and becoming very, very knowledgeable, and they may have some very detailed, excellent questions that need to be researched, and that was kind of building up a body of knowledge as that goes along. Another skill which I have to apply a lot is my editing skills, because as I showed you, we were very involved in publishing books. The rabbis, especially Rabbi Moshe Weiner here in Israel, who write for us, they are most proficient in writing in Hebrew. And so that needs to be translated. And then, of course, the translations need to be properly edited and understood. So that's also a big part of what I do.
I have another question. So I see that you're all the achievement and your background to how you achievement. Thank you for that. And another, they wanted to, or any maybe business organization, they wanted to involve your program to bring their organizations. So where they can reach in America, son or yourself. This is the last, we want to know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have worldwide communications now. So anyone can go onto our website, asknoah.org. We have a contact us page. It has a web form, and it also has my email address there, where if you want to contact me directly by email. My son has the website unitetostudy.org, and he likewise has his contact information on there. He has his email address and his phone number. He's based in Pennsylvania, which that's our United States office for his organization as well as my organization. And so he serves as our assistant director, and he serves as a director of his own 501c3 charitable organization. So we're really looking forward to getting a lot of feedback, and we cherish constructive criticism just as much as we cherish positive feedback. So I'm looking forward to see where this will lead to. And it was great for me to have the opportunity to hear about the exciting programs that you have in mind, which sound like they will be very effective ways to handle these issues, which need so much attention, in particular the problem of the homelessness, and also I think education is an area where we have very common interests and common values, and we would like to see things moving forward in the same direction.
Yeah, thank you so much. You joined today.